Happy New Year, best friends, or Happy New Year's Eve, I shall say. Hello, best friends. Okay, so it is December 31st, and I thought, you know what, best friend, I'm going to be your plus one. If you don't have any plans, please hang out with me, girl. Listen, I first want to say thank you so much for 2024. 2024, oh Lord, 2024 was a year. Hang on, I'm trying to get something to show you guys. 2024 was a very blessed year because we got to 100K. There's a K. There's a lot in my 2024 that I kept quiet and silent, and only really God knows, and the people like my mom, my husband, best friend. But there's a lot that I, kept to myself this year. It was probably one of the hardest years mentally that I've had. And I just have to say that, the darker it gets, the more you appreciate the light and the more you appreciate the good and the blessings. And I do believe that sometimes we have to go through those things in order for us to get out to the other side and appreciate things more. So I just want to let you all know that, for those who are struggling in silent, for those who are, I feel you, girl. You got this. We got this. And I know it's going to be a very, very blessed 2025 for all of us. I can already feel, I could already see your smiles. I could already see the happiness. And I'm just very thankful to share another year with you guys. So, you guys, I wanted to keep anyone who needs some company tonight. So I asked you guys what you wanted, and you guys just want crazy dating stories. And I'm, I thought to myself, because my mom, she called me, she goes, Sebastian, you're oversharing. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I am oversharing, but I don't think I'm sharing enough. And I want to share as much as possible. Listen, you know what, best friend? That's the past. You can't be judged on certain situations and decisions that you make. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I will say that, going back and sharing my past dating past life with you guys has been a journey of a lot of not self-indulgence, but self-thinking, you know what I mean, observation, if you will, of lessons learned, So if you don't have any plans, if you are by yourself or you just need an escape, let's spend New Year's Eve together talking shit. I have my water here. I'm trying to drink so much more water, best friends. Like, oh my God, I'm trying to drink more water. And, it's a little bit difficult, the water aspect of it. It's so crazy because I try and drink at least like 8 of these a day. Is that too much? This is a liter. Is 8 liters a lot? Please let me know, bitch. Okay. So, this is actually a story I've never actually shared. At the time, it was traumatic, but if I look back, it was kind of fun. I mean, it is kind of funny. I'm going to do 2 stories in this video because it kind of like relates to each other. So, should I? Do I want to go back down that road? Okay, let's just go back down that road together, girl, because it is what it is. Let me get comfortable too, honey, because okay, we're hanging out, girl. Listen, so I had a job, and I worked at a restaurant for some time. I think for like, I want to say like 6 months, and I have to say it was the funnest thing in the world. I worked with friends, and it was just so much fun. Excuse me. This is I wish I could like put a playlist of all my story times, but I always spill stories like in such different things. I really need to open like a story time channel. Seriously. Should I do that for 2025? Just like a story time channel? Okay. So I worked at this restaurant, and I did tell you guys a part of this in a previous because I do remember talking to you about it. But I had a really amazing friend, and him and I, um, and this is the second time it happens to me, um, where I kind of uh, get feelings. Uh, I get feelings for a straight guy, and but the thing is that the straight guy is not giving straight guy. It's giving he's confused guy, so it confuses me. So I worked at a restaurant, and this friend, him and I were very close. We actually were kind of neighbors, actually, and we did everything together. We would walk to like school together, then we would go to work together. We would come out of work together, like everything was together. We lived close by. We were always together, like always together. And he lived by himself, and I quickly started like coming over a lot to his house, and we started hanging out so much that like people at work was like, what's going on here? And as soon as people at work started questioning our friendship, I started questioning it, right? Because we were doing things that you would only do with like a couple. Like, for example, I would go to Sunday dinners with his family, his mother and stepdad. Every single Sunday, we would go to and if I missed out on a Sunday or I said I couldn't go, he would get furious. We fought like a couple. We did everything. Everything. I would organize his closet, okay? Like, it was crazy. And we became very dependent on each other. At work, he would wait for my shift to be over, and everyone at work thought we were dating. Like, every single person thought we were dating. Like, it was actually quite, even I thought we were dating at some point. So much that his stepfather one day told me, we were at their house for, oh no, yeah, it was Sunday. Did I say Friday night? I meant Sunday night dinners. I say Sunday? I don't know. But it was Sunday night. Friday night dinners is from Gilmore Girls, so I get the names confused. But it was on Sunday. I do remember it was on a Sunday. And they usually would like sometimes drink if like, Monday was a holiday, and we all ended up like drinking. And his stepfather came to me and said to me, like, Sebastian, is there something going on with you and, let's call him Jay. Is there something going on with you and Jay? And I'm like, what do you mean? And I needed someone in his family like to tell, or like a friend to tell me, right? And he said to me, yeah, it's just, I mean, his mom and I have been talking, like, if you guys are a couple, just let us know. You're over here baking with his mother, coming every Sunday. Like, we got you your own plate because they designed me a plate. Like, are you guys a couple? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think we are. He flat out asked Jay in front, and Jay just laughed. He didn't deny or confirm. So I was more confused than ever. But anyways, that is kind of a part of the story time that I'm about to tell you. But so Jay and I had this thing, just so you guys know. But there was this other guy at work, and he hated me. Like, when I tell you he could not stand me, girl, he cannot stand me, okay? I'm telling you, best friend, it's not in my imagination. It's not in my anything. The man hated me. And quite frankly, I disliked his ass too, okay? But like, so I wasn't the best waiter in the world, and I often would get things confused, like plates and stuff. But he would always yell at me. Like, oh my God, I hated him so much. Let's call him M, okay? So M and J were friends, but M and I hated each other. Well, he hated me more than I hated him, to be very honest with you guys. And he was Swedish, just so you guys know. He was very, very sexy. But anyways, he would treat me like utter shit. Like, I'm not even kidding. And one day we were at a bar after work, and we were like drinking, having fun, whatever. And usually Jay and I, our routine was to like go from a bar to the bar and walk home. Always have an argument because we would argue about everything. Craziest shit in the fucking world. But that night, M, I called him M, right? Yeah, M. Well, yeah, that's his initial, M. He came over and said, hey, I'm gonna buy a round of drinks. Do you want one? And usually he would do that, but be like, I'm gonna buy a round of drinks for everyone except Sebastian. But it was like a joke, but it was one of those poor jokes that I fucking hated. You know what I mean? So I never thought those were funny. But he, he bought me a drink, and that night he was like talking to me and talking to me and talking to me. And then Jay was like, "Hey Sebastian, I'm gonna go. Let's go." And like we had that crazy relationship. I'm that friendship. Like, I'm not leaving without you. You have to come with me. Like, he was like that. Like, he was so possessive over me. And quite frankly, I was too. So then M was like, no, you guys have to stay. You guys have to stay. You guys have to stay. And like some other friends were there. I didn't really want to go home. So Jay got very upset and he like marched out. Then he texted me that he was outside because he wanted to talk. And then I went outside and he goes, we need to go now. And I'm like, but Jay, I'm free tomorrow. Like I don't have anything. I can stay out a little longer. He got furious. He yelled at me so loud. And he goes, who are you going to stay here with? You're going to stay, how are you going to get home? And I was like, I don't know. I'll take a cab or whatever. Like, chill. Anyways. But this was normal for us. Like, that's the crazy thing that it was normal for us. But anyways, I was so like, whatever with this bullshit. So I go back in and M is there and he goes, what the fuck was that about? And then they all like got around me, like my coworkers and everything. Okay, Sebastian, what is going on with you and Jay? Like, are you a couple? Are you a couple? And I was like, no, we are not a couple, you guys. He is straight. We're friends. And they're like, Sebastian, you're so fucking blind. This and that. And then M, like towards the night, we drank. And at this point in time, I do remember, that's the thing, best friend, like, you know how people get blackout and don't remember anything? I remember everything, and I hate it. Like, I wish that I could black out and not remember a thing, because it would be so much easier for my, like, soul the next day, because I remember every, like, cringy thing I would do or say, you know, and I still do. Well, I don't get blackout. The last time I got drunk was in September, so, yeah, I don't drink as often as I used to, but whatever. Anyways, so then I do remember, like, M was being so nice to me that night, and he actually walked me home. And we talked a lot, and I just, like, after that night, like, I do remember getting closer to him. And then Jay, I remember he started getting, like, closer to me, not, like, in a romantic way, but, like, I don't know, like, in the morning, it's like, hey, what are you doing? Come over for breakfast. Like, so, and then M started, like, texting me, and kind of being flirty with me. So M and I actually, you know, I remember having a conversation with him. I was like, you hate me. Why are you texting me? Why are you being nice to me? He goes, no, I don't hate you. I like to bother you. So one day, it was after work. It was summer. And he came over with, like, we were going to go to a park and have drinks. Like, just like a picnic thing. He came over and thought it was a good idea to have, he had a water bottle. And he just, like, threw it at me. Like, he threw water at me. And, you want to go out? Hang on, my dog wants to go out. You want to go outside? 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 Go. Good boy. Okay. Hang on, best friends. Hang on, best friends. Okay. I have these in my carpet right now. Because if you have dogs, you know, you have to like, keep it clean, and just like, you know, smelling good. So I often like clean a lot. So I have these in my carpet right now. And now that my dog is out, I just put some. All right. Anyways, so he he threw water at me, thought it was a good idea, and I got furious. I like pranks. I do. I like pranks, but I don't like when you fuck up my outfit. Like, I don't like it. And also, like, I have body dysmorphia, so, like, water makes everything stick on you, right? So, like, you know, hello. I got so mad. Anyways, we did share our first kiss that night at the park behind a tree. And it was, M was a very sexy guy, but he had a little issue that I later found out what it was. Well, anyways, M and I just remember, like, having a conversation with him and him telling me that, you know, the reason he likes to bother me so much is, you know, how, like, in kindergarten, he used this example that in kindergarten, you know, you bother your crush. And that was his way of showing that he was interested. And I worked there for quite a while, and he hated me from the very beginning. And so he said that he was bisexual. He was not fully gay, that he still liked girls. And one thing that I found out later on was that actually, he told me, in other words, that he liked that I was so feminine. And that he liked that my, you know, and this is so crazy for me to like look back and think, because he really could have been a really good boyfriend. Like he really, because we didn't get to that part. We didn't like become boyfriends, but we went through we did so many fun things, and we shared so many fun memories that like you would think he would have been a good boyfriend. I think he would have been a good boyfriend. But anyways, that day, the picnic, we drank, we were having a great time, and you know, we took a little walk, and yeah, he kissed me. And then he came to where the picnic area, and he basically just announced it to everybody that we just made out. And then he held my hand, and then he basically said that we were boyfriend and boyfriend. But then he started laughing, and then I didn't quite understand it. But then everything kind of makes sense towards the end, because now it makes sense to me, but back then it didn't make sense. And then he basically, like, we were kind of dating, but then Jay, he got so intense. This is where it gets very messy for me, okay? So M and J, like I remember I told you guys, they were friends, right? And M and I would date, but we would occasionally date. Like we wouldn't, like, we had a lot of fun together, but we weren't doing the whole like good morning messages and then good evening message. Like we weren't doing the boyfriend things, and I think I was okay with that. But then all things just kind of went to shit, and then I found myself in between three guys and me crying in a corner eating a hot dog. So Jay and I, since we were neighbors, I would always go to his house because he lived alone. I didn't live alone. And he had this like party, and I met three of his friends. And one of his friends, oh, his initials start with J too. Well, whatever. Like, his friend is like, that's just one. Okay, his name was Justin, whatever. His name was Justin. And when I tell you, this man was so sexy. You know who he looks like? Oh my God, I'm going to show you guys right freaking now, because he looks identical. And when I tell you he looks like, I don't know, because I don't know how tall this guy is. But Justin, the guy, he was like 6'4", something. It was crazy, and he had an Australian accent as well. So he looked. Hang on, where's the picture? Girl, where's he? Oh, here he is. Do you guys, Crazy Rich Asians? He looked just like this. Like, I'm not even kidding you, just like this. But he had longer hair, sort of like mine, kind of like, you know, wavy, you know, and then like 6'4". But he looked just like this guy. I'm not even kidding, from Crazy Rich Asians. Anyways, walks through the door, Justin, and I just fell in love. Like, we were singing, and I remember that I was singing Bop by Hanson. Do you guys remember that song? And there is a video somewhere of me doing that. If I find it, I will insert it here. If I don't find it, I will insert it in a future video. But I was doing it while he came in, because in the video, you see everything. You see me singing Bop, Jay's recording me, and then Justin walks in, right? Anyways, so at this point, M and I were like making out occasionally, flirting occasionally, nothing crazy. Anyways, Jay's there, Justin walks in, and it's like two other guys, and we're having like a great time. What happened? Yeah? Oh my God, hang on. So, anyways, in walks the Justin guy. Jay's there. I'm like perplexed, singing bop dooba da da boo bop dibba da bop, and mess. First time I meet this very, very, very gorgeous guy. Anyways, so here we are. It's like a party. You know, we're all partying and stuff. We're having a good time. And during the night, I do heavily remember me being overly flirty with this Justin guy, right? And I also remember Jay being very like, oh, you know, kind of like that, right? Anyways, so we ran out of something. Who knows what it was? Ice, maybe, girl. Just so I can get close to this guy, probably, you know, if I can throw the ice out the window, say, oh, we ran out. Does anyone want to come with me? Well, anyways, I don't know what we were really going after, but we went to like a 7-Eleven, and something about me, you guys, that you should know, and I still do this to this day when I'm like really feeling it. I love to get a roadie, like a drink for the road and a drink, like, for example, if you ever say, like, if I ever say, like, hey guys, I'm gonna go get some drinks, do you guys want, like, to the bar? Trust and believe that whoever I'm going with, we're gonna get a shot at the bar, and then we're gonna come back with the drinks and we're gonna have another shot. So I like to drink kind of like secretive, but like fun, you know what I mean? And so we took like a drink to 7-Eleven, and then at 7-Eleven, we got whatever we needed, and we got another drink to walk back. And best friend, let me tell you, it happened, girl. We fully, like, were so flirty with each other in 7-Eleven, and next thing you know, I am being pushed on a, like a wall of an alley, and we are making out, and he's 6'4", I'm 5'8", okay? So, I mean, we are making out, like, it's like on, girl, right? And I was just like, oh my Lord. But like this makeout was so, it was so, because I remember it being so passionate, and I was like, oh my Lord, my 3-month rule is going to go to hell. Like, what's going to happen? I was fully ready to give this man a baby. Like, I was fully ready to be pregnant. I was fully ready to become Mrs. whatever last name he was. Like, I'm fully ready to commit, walk down the aisle. Like, I need my bridesmaids. Where are my girls? Like, I'm ready for you, girl. So we were making out so passionately. And, like, he was like, do you want to, like, get out of here? And I remember saying, like, thinking about my friend Jay, like, I know that it was, you know, that's probably not a great idea. Thinking now, I'm glad I didn't, because I didn't like break my rule, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, I didn't really owe Jay anything because we weren't dating, but I did have secret feelings for him. But remember, I'm also kind of dating this other guy named M. Mind you, Jay and I don't have anything. I just met this Justin guy, and M and I are just kind of making out whenever we're together. Anyways, I get home with Justin guy, and we made out in an alley at the like multiple places to my friend's building. We made out at the lobby, in the elevator, outside his door, then outside his, like, before we went in, out again. Like, we were making out nonstop. I was like red, and he was red too. Like, it was crazy. And he had to wait before going in. Exactly. So, anyways, so he waited outside for quite a bit. I was like, oh wow, Sebastian, you got it going on, girl. We just made out, honey. So, anyways, where's Justin? Oh, he's on the phone call, whatever. And M was there. M was there, girl. M was there. Remember, Jay and M were friends. I was like, shit. So M, like, hey, what's up? Like, because remember, it was very weird. It was just like, what do you want from me, right? Like, what is it that you want from me? But it was like, it was sort of like a whatever type thing. So we're, you know, M is there, and you know, we're all kind of, I mean, at this time, we're really tipsy. Like, we're drunk, right? And all of a sudden, like, Justin walks in, M is there, Jay's there, I'm there. 2 other randoms are there, and we're just like drinking and we're having a lot of fun. And I was like, at this time, I really wasn't doing anything with any, like, you know, everyone was kind of just like, we're a friend group, right? So I go to the bathroom, M comes behind me, right? And he like leans in to kiss me, and I kiss him, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I've never been this type, okay? But also, we're not boyfriends. So, you know, but I just made out with this other guy. Like, it was weird. But okay, so we kissed. It wasn't full makeout. I was like, kind of. And then he's like, what's, like, I remember him kind of like, what's going on? I'm like, no, nothing. Because at this point, I was like, you could go. Justin is the guy, right? Well, I find out that Justin is, a very like open guy, right? But he prefers like he's straight curious. Like he's straight, but he's like open. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just like a kind of like, oh, I go with the flow type, whatever. So getting to know Justin, I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, what's gonna happen? Because in my head, I'm like, we're gonna get married because I mean, he's freaking gorgeous, right? And so, long story short, the Justin guy all of a sudden, like, tells Jay that what happened with us. Jay gets upset for some odd reason. M finds out. Then M tells Jay that we just kissed. And then Justin says, oh, so, I mean, if you guys are up for it, like, the three of us, that's too much. Jay's in a corner yelling for some reason, kicks me out. M is laughing. Justin, this is so confusing. Justin is like doing something. And I get kicked out of there. No one follows me. I left my cigarettes up there, which I'm so fucking mad at. Then I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, calling everyone, text, like, hello, like, can we make up? Like, da, da, da. And so I go to 7-Eleven, I buy my cigarettes, and I also buy a hot dog. So I go, like, remember, I'm Jay's neighbor, so, I live next door. So I'm, like, walking to my house, and I'm furious. I'm crying, this and that. Like, I'm eating my hot dog, because one thing about me is I'm never going to miss a meal. Eating my hot dog, this and that. Then I see everybody coming down towards me. I see Jay, M, Justin, the random other two guys are all laughing, smoking cigarettes, drinking, and they're like, hey, we're gonna go to a bar, like, do you want to come with us? And here I am crying with a hot dog, and Jay is like, Sebastian, we need to talk. M and Justin are like bros, and the other random two guys are like whatever, and Jay wants to talk. I'm crying. And, Jay tells me that, don't get my hopes up with Justin because he doesn't like me that way. Then M is probably dating 500 other people, and that I should have not done anything with. It was just a mess. Like, it was such a mess of a night. And looking back, I'm like, holy shit, like, what a fucking mess. Of course, I ended up eating my hot dog, and then Jay and I did meet up with everyone later. And then, you know what the funny part is, best friend? M and Justin made out, and then they went home with two girls. Not together, but then they went home with girls. So here I am at 6 in the morning after such a fucking wild night, walking back, because we had to go over a bridge, walking back over the bridge with Jay, and like analyzing the night I just had. Like, it was the craziest night ever. But it's those nights that I feel like you remember forever, right? Nothing else happened with M. This is why I don't do one night stands, because a kiss for me is special, right? So, I expected Justin and I to date after this. I expected M and I to date, but then I figured that M wasn't the dating type. Jay was too overly nice to me, and I thought we were gonna date. So, you give me a little too much attention, you're a little bit too nice to me, and I get confused. This is why I'm very difficult to get into a relationship with, because if you do things that are like dating type, like kissing or flirting or asking out on a date, for me, I'm like, we're headed somewhere. So if I had one night stands, I feel like for me, it would just confuse me way too much. That's why I have the 3-month rule, 2 or 3-month rule. So that's it, best friend. That's my the craziest 24 hours I've ever had. But it was so much fun. And that Justin guy was just probably still one of the sexiest guys I've ever kissed. And M was just a fucking mess, let me tell you. And Jay and I, we actually did stay friends for some time. Then I did move. And then he did come to LA in like 2017, I believe. And he met my husband. We went out to dinner, which was so fucking weird because like it was my birthday dinner and we were like 14 or 15 of us. And Jay thought that I was going to pay for everybody. I'm like, girl, how am I supposed to pay for 15 people, bitch? So the paying part was super awkward and we never spoke again. Like we said goodbye, then he went back to Europe and, you know, I of course stayed here and we never spoke again. And then I later found out that our friend that we have in common told me that Jay secretly doesn't like the person I've become online. That he doesn't like my online persona. And I'm like, and everyone that knows me for a long time can tell you that what you see is what you get, girl. This is who I am. And I'll never change. He was very private. He doesn't like the oversharing things. You know, he doesn't. So that's why, you know, I protect names. I don't, Of course, if he hears the story, he's going to know it's him, you know, but other than that, we're good. So anyways, what do we think? Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys have a fabulous New Year's. I hope you enjoyed this hangout session with me. I love you all very, 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 very much. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I know this year is going to be very, 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 very blessed. I love you all. Happy New Year's. And I love you. And I'll see you next year. Mwah.